Most Americans struggle with their personal finances. In this speech, I will show you how they struggle and why they should improve their finances. So, in the United States, the median national income for a family of four is $52,000 a year. And of that $52,000 a year, I make the argument that at least $10,000 is wasted. So, how is that wasted? Well, in the United States, 90% of households pay for television. That can cost $100 a month easily, and that's not really a necessary expense. Number one, you don't need to watch TV. Number two, even if you do need to watch TV, you can get free TV over the antenna. And granted, you don't get that many channels, but you receive 10 to 15 channels, and that's what my family has, and we save a boatload of money every year. It's really worth it. Then on top of that, 70% of Americans pay for a smartphone. So for a family of four, figure with a mom and dad, you know how much smartphone plans can cost. They can cost $100 a month as well. That's $200 a month just for the parents. So these parents are wasting $200 a month plus the cost of the phone. An iPhone or an Android can run you $500, and they only last for 2 years. So that's a large expense. And on top of these expenses that I don't really believe are necessary, because for a cell phone at least, you can get a Metro PCS flip phone or something. The phone itself is free, and a plan of $20 a month. So that's $80 a month for each parent's savings a year. That's a large amount of savings if you were to really commit to it. And then the average American household has $15,000 in credit card debt. And because they have credit card debt, their credit isn't very good, meaning that they're not going to get the opportunity to have lower credit card rates. So they're paying somewhere in 15% interest a month, and that adds up quickly, and it's not good. And then there's other expenses when you look at people's budgets that just can be removed. For example, the average American, or half of Americans drink soda every day. On average, that costs $500 a year just to drink soda. You replace it with water, and that costs you 16 cents a gallon at least a mile. That's a lot more cost effective than having a few Cokes every day. Then $400 a year per family is spent on gambling. Gambling is just throwing money away. The chances of winning are much smaller than the chances of losing. And that's a waste of money, especially when you look at how dire some of these financial situations are. Then you look at other parts of their budget where 1% of the average American budget is spent on alcohol. So you take 1% of the median income, which is $52,000, that's $520 a year. That's more money you can put towards your retirement savings or something else to benefit you in the future. Then what I found to be very surprising is 14% of the average American budget is spent on tobacco. Cigarettes can cost $10 a pack in New York and New Jersey. And again, that's something that can be quit. It would save you money on healthcare costs because you're not going to be, have the side effects from smoking, lung cancer, and emphysema, etc. Plus, it saves you $10 per pack of cigarettes, and some people are smoking a pack or two a day, and that adds up quickly. 14% is a lot of your budget. That could be $6,000 for a median family income. Then the average American spends $200 on lottery tickets, and that's just another form of gambling to me, except even less of a chance to win because the odds of getting struck by lightning are greater than the odds of winning the lottery. So again, more wasted budget in the average American's family. Then every year, $1,100 is spent on coffee. How about maybe go to bed a little earlier and you don't need coffee in the morning? That's another savings that, when you add these up, total more than $10,000 a year easily. Think about what you can do with that $10,000. So financial planners recommend that you save 10% of your budget $10,000 is 20% of your budget if you're the median income. You put that towards retirement savings, which, by the way, the average retirement savings for a 61-year-old in this country is $17,000. The recommended is $416,000. That's a dire issue, because when these 61-year-old area people grow up and become 90, they're going to become a burden not just on their families, not just on themselves, but on the country, because somebody is going to have to pay for them, and then that's going to make taxes go up, and it's going to take more money out of the average household. So we need to maybe cut out some of these frivolous expenses that, yeah, it's nice to go out and have a few drinks, but let's think, when we're 80 years old, what's going to happen? Who's going to take care of us? So we need to make sure that these measures are being taken so that we can live a good life when we're at 80, instead of living off a small social security check and not knowing where your next meal is coming from. So what I figured out is 46 million people are in poverty. If you take, again, all those numbers out of the poverty median income, you're saving like $6,000 to $7,000 a year. And the poverty line in this country for a family of four is $25,000. That's 25% of their budget being saved if they just cut back on unnecessary expenses. So, and to go along with the poverty is, when you're in poverty, you're on food stamps. 55 million people are on food stamps in this country, taking an average of $1,500 a year. If you take out those unnecessary expenses of alcohol, gambling, lottery tickets, and smoking, for example, you can save more than $1,500, and you can become less of a burden on the rest of the people in the country, and that would boost our economy, and that would help out you and your family tremendously. So ultimately, the United States families need to get their finances in order, and they really have to prioritize, where is the money going. When you say you're spending 14% of your money on tobacco, but you're living paycheck to paycheck, there's an issue. And that's an issue that needs to be addressed immediately. Because like I said, with you have credit card debt, you have sometimes mortgages, even though home ownership is at an all-time low, and that means you're paying rent every month. So that's another expense that you don't need to have, and it's just costing more and more money. And it's building the income inequality that many complain about in this country. But I'm here telling you, there's a reason for it. Many, many people do not know how to budget, and that's why they are in this situation. So hopefully some people can learn something from this. They can learn how to cut back in their budget. And I hope they were informed by this short little video, and they understand what the situation has become. Thank you.